One way to learn a better or the best way of doing anything is to watch and analyze the skill of an expert.
This is how I make my mac and cheese, yo. Alright, let's flip it. First off, you're going to start off with your pot of water boiling, right? You know, and then you're going to put in your macarons. And I've been doing the same recipe for like the last 7 or 8 years. Then I use a package of Velveeta. And then some mild cheddar cheese. But those are the 2 cheeses I use, and sometimes I'll add like Parmesan or something like that, or maybe like a better extra sharp cheddar. This is actually Calif's sharp cheddar cheese. But that's how I make my mac and cheese. And then the other ingredient you can't forget, and this is what I put in it. I like to put green peppers in it too, sometimes, but not everybody likes those, so you gotta put in, can't forget it, your ham. I gotta put in ham. I love putting ham in my mac and cheese. But these are my ingredients. And then, you know, obviously I add ground pepper and stuff like that. The water's starting to boil. But we'll continue. So now we're going to add the macaroni, which I already did. But we'll add the macaroni. Now we got to let that shit boil. But we got to get a spoon. Get a spoon for this shit. Shit out. Stir this so it doesn't stick. So what do you guys actually do as far as making it not stick when you're boiling it? Some people say to add salt. Some people say to add like oil. I like adding oil to it, because salt just makes the food salty, and I don't like it salty. Some oil. Add some vegetable oil. Surprised I could open it one-handed. It's kind of hard watching it through the camera too. Gotta see how much I'm putting in. Just a little bit. Just enough. The key is you gotta stir that in there. So this macaroni, it like coats the macaroni so it doesn't stick. Maybe it coats the pan. I don't know. One of the two. It works. We gotta chop up this ham though. Now we gotta chop up the ham. Remember? Remember, we gotta chop up the ham. Gotta chop up there. Chop up there. Chop up there. Chop up the ham. Gotta chop up the ham. Chop it up. Let's chop it. We're only going for like smaller pieces here, like yay big. That's all I'm doing, just chopping it up. Just gotta chop it. So there's the done macaroni. So how do you guys try out your macaroni? Where you throw it around and shit? I don't. Just fucking grab some and fucking try it, right? Yeah, that's al dente, right? Yep. Just pour this shit right in there. I'm gonna make a mess because I'm doing it one-handed. Dump it in there. Wow. Look at all that macaroni. I just cooked the whole pound. I don't even care. I got some stragglers. We're gonna mix them up. Pan's hot. It's pretty tough one-handed, but I could have had somebody help me, but we'll make a funner video out of it. I'm just gonna edit all the crap together and be like, bam, this is how we make Lendy's macaroni and cheese. Spread this out. Then we're gonna go get our ham. I think I'm gonna have to put it down for this. Flip it this way and go like that. Watch me just pour the ham right in. And I'm using just like leftover spiral ham that I had. But you can go out and like get yourself like a 1/4-inch slice of like deli ham or something. I'm just gonna spread that out. I like to leave it on the very top. I'll mix in a little bit once I put the cheese sauce on. That's gonna be next. Gotta make the cheese sauce. The most important part. Let's cut this up. I just use a good sharp knife to cut this stuff with it. To make a trip to the hospital. I'm just cutting up the blocks like that big. Like 3/4-inch blocks. That's what I do. Just gonna put them in a saucepan. Just one like that big. Put 2 cups of milk in it. I use 2%. You can use whatever you want. Whole milk, 1%, skim, whatever. And then I probably put a tablespoon of butter in when I make my sauce too. So that's a Velveeta. Put that shit right in my pan. Just bring the pan over here. Put it beside the plate. Whoa, knocking shit over. Alright. Let's cut up some more cheese. I think I'm going to do more Velveeta than this sharp cheese this time. Just the way the consistency of the Velveeta goes. I've heard people using American cheese. I guess you could. I mean, you can use any cheese. American cheese would melt pretty good to the consistency of the Velveeta. Cheddar's harder to melt. It takes longer for it to melt compared to the processed cheese. But I only add the cheddar in there for a sharp taste. I'm going to use like half this block of the cheddar. So the whole block of Velveeta and the half of a block of sharp cheddar. And I cut the cheddar a little bit smaller. Try to keep it equal with the melting of the Velveeta so they melt kind of at the same time. Alright. Cheddar's all in there. Now we go get the milk. Alright, we got the pan on the stove. We got our measuring cup. Going for 2 cups. For 2 cups milk. Oh, making a mess. And there's our 2 cups. Yeah. That's a lactose intolerant nightmare right here. All this cheese and milk. I guess you guys can't have that then, unless you have like lactose intolerant cheese and stuff, but I don't think so. Like soy cheese? I don't think so. So I'm gonna go like, we're gonna hit it at like number 4. Let that come to a slow boil. And like I said, I put some butter in it. Yeah, that's about 2 tablespoons of butter. And it just helps the process of making the sauce. And my sauce is where I usually add my seasoning. I'll add in maybe a little bit of garlic in there, a little bit, not very much, and the black pepper. And yeah, this is where I'd add my green peppers too, if I did have any. I'd put it in there. They're starting to melt. And while I'm starting to do that now, it's starting to get ready to start melting soon. I'm going to preheat my oven. And I set my oven to 375. And I'm going to bake it for 25 minutes at 375. And some people cover theirs, some don't. I'm going to bust out with the aluminum foil. I'll cover mine with aluminum foil, and then maybe towards the end, and then some people put breadcrumbs on it, some don't. I'm going to put the aluminum foil, hold the moisture in so that the macaroni doesn't dry out. And then probably like the last 3 or 4 minutes before it's done, I'll pull it off and sprinkle a little breadcrumbs on there. Then let it crisp up just a little bit. Alright, that's what it looks like when all the cheese has been melted, and that's what my sauce looks like. Now I'm ready to pour it all over my 1 pound of elbow macaroons. Yeah, I got my big spoon. I wouldn't lick that spoon right now, but maybe later. All that nice creamy cheese on it. Yeah. Alright. Pour it on. Oh yeah, look at that cheese sauce. Cheese sauce. So we just stir it in some. Most of it just leaked already down anyways. I'm going to stir this in, I'm going to cover it. Alright, there it is. It's all ready to go in the oven. I put it on top of a cookie sheet in case any cheese decides to bubble out. Or, you know, because it's flimsy. Add some stability. And I poked a couple holes just for vents. So, let's open up the oven. And this preheated to 375. And let's put this puppy in there, shall we? Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. So the next time we see this oven again, it'll be done in 25 minutes. Set the timer. 25 minutes. Oh. Bam. Alright, it's been 25 minutes. And we're going to pull this sucker out. This time I got an oven mitt on. I think it'd be a little bit hot being in there for 25 minutes at 375. Alright. Let's take a look at what this thing looks like. Do it barehanded. Be brave. Be brave. Be brave. Steaming. Ooh. Oh, we got some stickage. Alright, so that's what it looks like. Let's get this foil out of here. Now we'll sprinkle some of that breadcrumbs on there. Oh. does not look to be that I have any, but hold on. We can use the next best thing. Crackers. Crackers go good. Ritz crackers. Cracker crumbs. Just spread them on this sucker. This is tough doing it with one hand. But yeah, you could use Ritz crackers. Ritz crackers are good on it. I've done that before. These are just regular, like, club crackers. Just enough to give it a little crunch. Make it dry up and create that crust. Finish it off. Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, the 5 minutes is up. Now we're going to pull it out. And so now it's all nice and crispy on the top. Dried up because of the breadcrumbs. And now it's got a crispy top on it. So there you have it. That's Lendy's macaroni and cheese.